All right there, young'uns. Gather round. Let old Grandpa spin you a yarn. Ever hear about those folks who seem a little, well, different? Maybe they don't always go along with the crowd, or their choices seem a bit odd. Well, sometimes, just sometimes, those folks are playing a smarter game than you realize. Let me tell you about a sharp cookie of a handyman and how he handled a picky neighbor. Mrs. Gable's complaint. Now, in this quiet little town lived a handyman named Dale. Good old Dale could fix just about anything. Leaky faucets, creaky doors, you name it. Most folks around town were happy as clams with his work, except for one, Mrs. Gable. Oh boy, Mrs. Gable was particular. Every little thing had to be just so, and she hired Dale quite a bit, always with a long list of nitpicky instructions. Dale, being a patient fella, always did his best to please her. One sunny afternoon, Mrs. Gable called Dale over again. "Dale," she said, tapping her perfectly manicured finger on a freshly painted fence post, "this blue, it's just not blue enough. It's got too much sky in it. I wanted more ocean." Dale scratched his head under his cap. He'd used the exact paint she'd picked out, but arguing with Mrs. Gable was like wrestling a tornado. So he just nodded. "All right, Mrs. Gable, I'll see what I can do." The next day, Dale came back with a new can of paint. He carefully repainted the entire stretch of fence. Mrs. Gable came out, peered at it through her fancy spectacles, and huffed. Better, I suppose, but now," she pointed to the latch on the gate, "this silver is far too shiny. It clashes with the muted blue. I think it should be a brushed bronze." Dale just sighed inwardly. He'd oiled that latch so it wouldn't rust, but brushed bronze it would be. He went back to his workshop, got some bronze spray paint, and carefully coated the latch. This went on for weeks. The color of the porch swing was too cheerful. The stones in the walkway were arranged haphazardly. The birdhouse needed to be moved 3 inches to the left for better feng shui. Each time, Dale listened patiently and did exactly what Mrs. Gable asked, even if it seemed a little, well, silly. The other neighbors started to notice. They'd see Dale working on these seemingly pointless changes at Mrs. Gable, and they'd chuckle amongst themselves. Poor Dale. That Mrs. Gable is driving him nuts with her crazy requests. Some even teased Dale about it down at the diner. "Hey, Dale, did Mrs. Gable decide the grass was the wrong shade of green today?" Dale would just smile and shrug. She's the customer, just trying to make her happy.
The neighbor's curiosity. One evening, old Mr. Henderson, who lived next door to Mrs. Gable, saw Dale packing up his tools after another round of adjustments. He ambled over, his brow furrowed with curiosity. "Dale," he said, "mind if I ask you something? All these little changes Mrs. Gable keeps asking for, doesn't it bother you? Seems like a lot of extra work for not much reason." Dale leaned against his truck, wiping his brow with a bandana. "Well, Mr. Henderson," he said with a thoughtful look, "it ain't always about the reason, is it?" Mr. Henderson looked confused. "What do you mean?" Dale chuckled softly. "See, Mrs. Gable, she lives by herself. Her family's all grown up and moved away. I reckon sometimes she just needs someone to talk to, someone to keep her company. These little jobs, they give me a reason to stop by, have a chat, make sure she's doing all right." He picked up his toolbox. "Plus," he added with a wink, "she pays me for every little thing. Keeps me busy, you know." Mr. Henderson's eyes widened in understanding. He'd been so focused on the seemingly strange requests that he hadn't considered the bigger picture. Dale wasn't just a handyman. He was offering a bit of companionship and connection to someone who might be lonely, and he was earning a decent living doing it. True understanding. From that day on, Mr. Henderson looked at Dale with a newfound respect. He realized that Dale's patience wasn't just about being a good handyman. It was about understanding people and their needs in ways that weren't always obvious. Just like our handyman Dale, sometimes folks do things that seem a little odd or unnecessary on the surface. But if you look a little closer, you might find there's a whole lot more going on underneath. Maybe they have reasons you don't know about, or maybe they're just finding their own unique way through life. So next time you see someone doing something that doesn't quite make sense to you, take a moment before you judge. There might be a bit of hidden wisdom there, just like with Dale and Mrs. Gable. And that's the story for today, folks. If you enjoyed this little slice of life and found a nugget of wisdom in it, make sure to give that like button a good old click. And hey, if you want to hear more stories like this, little tales with a bit of heart and a different way of looking at things, be sure to subscribe to Sock Family right here. We've got plenty more stories brewing, and we'd love to have you join our little family. Thanks for stopping by, and you all have yourselves a wonderful day.